Alrighty, welcome again to Billy Does Motorcycles. This is part 2 on the breakdown of the Chinese Coolster 125, where I'm going to be breaking it down and we're going to see what it looks like inside. It should be in pretty good shape. I bought this right from the Chinese factory. I'm the original owner of this engine since 2014. Should be in pretty good shape. And so let's do this. All right, so I've sped up the video during this time just because I'm trying to keep this from being a 45-minute long video, just to speed things up here. As you can see, I'm taking apart the head and the cylinder here. It's a long process, and might get a little boring or tedious to be watching the whole thing, so I'm just trying to spice things up by speeding things up here, and so that I can keep this from being a 45-minute long video. Now for the cam gear. Oops. I think I'm going to separate this. I'm going to mark these head bolts. Because believe me, when it comes time to reassembling this thing, you think you're going to remember everything, but you're not. So that is why everything needs to be marked very good. Cam bolts. So as you can see right now, I'm working on getting the cam gear and chain disconnected. And so working on that, oh, that's done. Now I'm working on the cylinder and removing the bolts on the cylinder. And so making a little bit of progress. I'm going to put that in the head bolt bag. This is just my way of doing things. So now I'm just speeding up the film again, just to make this not be such a long video and to spice things up. Right here, I just removed the shifter handle, and now I'm removing the kickstart. You know, I'm really not happy about all that oil going all over the bench. I guess I just didn't drain the engine as well as I thought. I was really regretting it when I'm seeing all that oil. It makes it a lot harder to work when you got oil dripping everywhere. But hey, sometimes that's what you got to deal with when you're rebuilding engines. Alrighty, to get this stator off, I'm just going to hit it with an impact wrench. I think it'll pull it off. Yep. Got it. Yeah, I got the bolt off, but the stator was still stuck on there hard. Alrighty, so here is the stator. This is what sends electricity to the spark plug. This turns around in a circle around, it's a magnet. This is a magnet, and it turns around in a circle around this circuitry unit, and the circular motion of the magnets around this circuitry is what causes the spark to occur on the spark plug. And I am using an impact screwdriver to remove it, because those screws are on darn tight. Only way I have a chance even getting those screws off is with an impact screwdriver. And this is how an impact screwdriver works. You get this, you turn it to the right to tighten the screw, you turn it to the left to loosen the screw, and then you hold it firm in the screw. And I want to loosen, so I turned it to the left, and I'm kind of putting tension on the left side too. And so here we go. Let's see what happens. I need to apologize right now at this time to apologize. I lost the footage of me removing the cylinder and the head from the engine. So I apologize for that. Would have loosened that screw successfully without the impact screwdriver. Now I'm going to go do the other side. You can see that the cylinder is right near my elbow, and the head is on the right side of the screen. Wow, that baby. Okay, this video is needing to pick up the pace a little bit here, so I'm putting it in fast forward again. Right now I'm working on getting the timing chain tensioner removed from the engine and getting that done. All right, as you can see here now, I'm working on the front sprocket, trying to get it removed. We're never gonna split that motor unless we get this get that front sprocket removed. And so I kind of struggle with it, so I figured since I'm struggling with it, I may as well speed up the time. Okay, so now we're pulling off the clutch cover. I've got my little bag. Got my little bag marked. I loosened the bolts already. Oh. I'm glad these are bolts and not screws. A lot of times on the Hondas and the Chinese bikes, sometimes they'll hold them together with screws, and I don't care for screws. I wish they would just do them with bolts. So much easier. The screws, the heads sometimes strip off, and they're just annoying. Just like on the other side, trying to get that stator off. I stripped one of the screws trying to get the stator off with the impact, even with an impact screwdriver. Even with an impact screwdriver, I still was not able to get it off. Without stripping it. Okay, now, let's see if I can get this thing off. Use a screwdriver to do this. Be very careful. I recommend a rubber mallet. Bang it with the rubber mallet. That's what I recommend. Okay, here we got the two covers. Drop this right. Okay, I'm going to drop this right into the clutch cover bag. the special bolt right there. Let me show you how this, I bought this socket on eBay. It fits right on there like that. See how that works? That's a special, all motorcycles have that for their clutches. Alrighty, we're moving along now. We're moving along. There, that will pop right off now. All kinds of stuff over here now. I'm kind of getting impatient. I'm gonna start using my impact wrench. This is kind of overkill, but this impact wrench is 30 years old and it's worn out, so it's not as powerful as it once was. So I can have a little bit more control over it. This will come out like that. Now this is the crankshaft. Let's take apart that oil pump. Popped on its own. Oh, and that one popped on its own. Oh, and that one popped on. I love the impact wrench, or the impact screwdriver. It makes getting even the hardest bolts makes it easy. Getting ready to cut this engine in half. not even gonna mark this. It's obviously it's the oil pump. But if you are doing it and you don't know what it is, mark it. Find out what it is and mark it. Greasy. Wow, so far the bolts are easy. They're all identical. Same size. You know, I think these Chinese motors are made better than the Honda motors of the 60s and 70s. It's like they learned all the mistakes Honda made and they improved on it. Making all these bolts the same length, that's actually a big help. Oh, that one's shorter. That's the only one though. Okay, I need another bag for the kickstart. This is all kickstart. Kickstart. Okay, that's all kickstart. Oh yeah, now maybe it's Alrighty, this engine is broke down. There's the two old oil crankcases that are damaged. And here are the two new ones that I'm going to be assembling the engine with. And then, oh, look there, we got the crankshaft, the piston, the rod, and we got the transmission right next to it with the shift drum. So the engine is broke down. Please like, share, subscribe, help my channel to grow. I would really appreciate it. And give me a thumbs up and tell your friends, and fantastic. Come along on my adventures and stay tuned for part 3. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.